friends, how are you today? So as usual, we're coming today with another exciting message. So I'm hoping that so far we're making sense to you and the messages we bring across are contributing to your life. We really want to hear from you. So please, we enjoy your messages. Keep them coming. Ask us questions. We are more than happy to answer you. So today's message is quite interesting as usual. Now, if God were to come down today and ask you, tell me why you should still be here on earth, what will your answer be? Now that's a good question that came to me. And I thought, wow, I have to share this with my audience. What will your answer be if God were to come down and say, give me a good reason why I should still keep you here? So right now we have over 7 billion people, 7.4, 7.5, I don't know how many there are, but it's definitely over 7 billion. And now some people think this number of people is too much. It's too much for the world. Now people are wondering, where will the food come from? There are no jobs right now, so everyone's struggling. How are we coping? Too much pollution, environmental disaster, you just name it. So if the assumption is there are too many of us, and now the question comes to you, give me a valid reason why you should still be here in the midst of all these too many people. What will your answer be? So that's what we're going to be dealing with today. My name is Joy Fido and welcome on board. So the question we've asked is important to every one of us. When you wake up in the morning, what do you think about? What's your plan for that day? Or the day after? Or the week after? Or the month after? Or the year after? What do you wake up in the morning and think about? Question is, not question, but the point is, life is waiting for all of us to contribute something to it. Life is waiting. Life is not you sitting there and complaining and moaning and saying nothing is happening. That's what people want to hear. That's what the world wants to hear. That's what the leaders want to hear. They want to hear all of us complaining that nothing is working. Especially this lockdown period. That's what we had to deal with. Oh yeah, now that there's nowhere to go, I can't go out, I'm locked inside, I'm missing all my friends, nothing is happening, there are no jobs out there, my business is closed, and so all of us are having reasons to complain. But think about it. Is it everybody that's really complaining? If you say you're not good enough, really, in life. Now, these are some of the things I found out. If you say to yourself, I'm not good enough, life agrees with you. And there's quite an interesting book I have here that really talks about things like this. Working with the laws. I know I've shown you this book in so many of our other videos, but the law here is God. So working with the laws of God. Now, interestingly, what it reminds us or what it tells us is, whatever we say it's okay, is okay. So when you say to yourself, I'm not good enough, the law says it's okay too. Life says it's okay. God says it's okay. And then when you wake up in the morning and say to yourself, listen, I am the best there is. I am good at doing this. I'm good at doing that. And I'm going to wake up and I'm going to chase it. I'm going to look for it. I'm going to find it. Life says, yes, you can. So whatever you say to life, life agrees with you. So either way you look at life is okay. Hence, people who are really agreeing with life and saying, oh yeah, it's lockdown, nothing is working, there are no jobs, there are no opportunities, life is agreeing with you. But if you're on the other hand, the other side of the coin, where everything is an opportunity. Life is agreeing with you. So do you want to now say to God, you know what, I have nothing to offer to this life. I really have nothing to contribute. So you know what, if you did say I should come back now, I'm ready to go. Or do you want to be one of the ones who say to God, God, hold on a moment. I still got a lot to do. I want to travel the world. I want to be the best at whatever I'm thinking about. I want to find out why something is happening the way it is. I want to research some more. I want to find out the solution to a problem that people are dealing with. Now, when you say that, God will be happy with you too. So right now, the world is looking for people like that. The world is looking for people that want to contribute. So you remember the scenario I created where I said we're dealing with this lockdown situation where everything is gone the other way from what we used to know. I was watching a video the other day and this little girl was like, I wake up in the morning during the lockdown and she runs around the compound. This is way in Africa. And you know, I think this was CNN going around asking people what they did with their lockdown period. And she said, I had my mom to wash the dishes and I go into the little garden and I plant some seeds and I miss my friends and you know, all the usual things that she normally does. And then she goes into some place and she takes her books and she reads. And she's advising people, whatever this new normal is, let's embrace it. New normal. That's one of the words I've been hearing recently. Everyone's talking about the new normal. We need to find out what that new normal is. And interesting enough for me, in the process of my studies, what I'm studying, we happen to have a course now called Digital Technology. Now this has opened my eyes, seriously opened my eyes. There's a book that I've shown you on this channel in the past as well, called The Singularity is Near. And this book, Singularity is Near, people mentioned what this was all about. This book is written by Ray Kurzweil, and Ray Kurzweil happens to be the person who gives Google a lot of, he actually guides Google onto what's coming. So he kind of predicts the future. And somehow, apparently about 80% of his predictions have been coming to pass. So he's written this book, The Singularity is Near. And what this is, I haven't read it, but the information I got about the book is, the way life is going, we're all going to end up being one. Singularity. And so when lockdown came and COVID-19 came and all of these things was going on, in my head something was ticking. Is this the singularity Ray Kurzweil was talking about? Because now we're hearing single currency is coming. We're getting to the point now where nobody's allowed to carry cash. Everywhere you go, especially here in the UK, you hear, oh, we will prefer contactless, we will prefer card. During that period, we're not really allowed to use cash. Very few people were willing to touch cash because they're thinking, oh yeah, it's been infected with COVID-19. And if you think that's something, I watched a video about China. And this will blow your mind up. If you think my eyes were open from, understanding digital technology, watching this video about China will blow your mind away. So, the way I understand this singularity is near, some of the things I've heard about it too is, we are getting to that point where we're going to have what they call superhumans. Superhumans. So now I started wondering, what is a superhuman? Now, if you watch Arnold Schwarzenegger's movies on, I've forgotten what the title of these movies are called, but Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, so this equipment has so much information in them. It is known that this equipment, the technology in them, was the same they used to send people to the moon in the past. So you can imagine the amount of technology that we walk around town with. And what do we do with it? We think it's just something to make a phone call with and then chat with our friends and then visit our social media accounts and that's it. Not even social media accounts in the sense of lots of people are using this to make so much money, but some of us just use it as a place to go and see what other people are doing. Oh, look at their shoes, look at their bag, look at their shape, look at their face, look at their makeup, look at their clothes. And that's what we do all day, just staring at other people. It's up to you to do what there is to do with these things. The amount of technology that's in this thing is beyond your imagination. It is mind-boggling. And my job here is to work with you. My job here is to guide you, to share the information I know, the knowledge I know, the skills I have with you, my experiences that will help you know what to do with these things. And this is what I call sharing my kisses. My knowledge, my information, my skills, my experiences. All these things will add up to give you something that will empower your success. That's what we said. We're here to empower your success. So, it's not for us to sit here and complain about what's not possible. But it's for us to sit here and embrace what's possible. It's for us to embrace what's possible, to know what we can do, to start having ideas, to start having dreams, to start having imaginations. There was a program I watched one time, and this man, he's on YouTube as well, and he says imagination is the next nation that everyone has. Because if you don't imagine something to be possible, it would never be possible. All you have to do is think about it first. That's where imagination lies. Imagine it. And the beauty of technology right now is you can see everyone doing things. You can see what they're doing. All you have to do, I mentioned on this channel too, is copy and paste. Copy what they have done and paste it on your lifestyle. What else can I learn from what that person is doing? I like what that person is doing. That thing connects with me. I want to be like that. And then you copy it. And then you follow that person. The one good thing again about technology or these devices in our hands is you have the power, the capability to pick and choose your friends. Because you see, we've gone past that level where, you know, if they don't like me and I happen to be their friend, they might decide to ignore me and make my life frustrating and then I will not feel good about myself. No! You have the choice. If you're on Twitter, you can follow as many people that fit into your idea of what friendship should be. They may not speak to you directly, but you have the capability to watch what they're doing. If you're on Instagram, the same thing. Go in there and search and find the people you like their lifestyle and follow them. The same thing with YouTube. You pick and choose the channels you want to watch. Nobody's forcing you to do what you don't want to do anymore. It's not like in the past where we're stuck with TV channels. And so if you want to watch news, you're stuck with BBC. If you want to watch news, you're stuck with BBC. If you want to do anything, you're given limited choices. That's not what's happening right now. With these devices, you can pick and choose what makes you happy. And you can go to sleep happy. And you can wake up in the morning with a clear, focused idea of what you want to do and how you want to do it. Because you have seen people who've done it before. I mean, there's anything that you are thinking of doing and you have seen somebody do it, that means there's a possibility it can be done. Right now, we have so much choices. Nobody should wake up any morning thinking, oh, I don't know what to do. I was watching a movie, or was it a movie? I can't remember. And the person said, if you didn't know, oh yeah, this was the program on China. And this man was interviewing this lady. I was like, because in China now, you can't pay cash for anything anymore, like I said. And so this man was like, I was here 5 years ago and things were not like this. And she said to him, listen, 6 months is too long a time in China. And if you don't know that nobody walks around with cash anymore, then you must have been living under a cave. So that's what's happening right now. If you don't know that there are programs or internet channels, Google and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and Snapchat and Pinterest and so many of them, Yahoo, if you don't know these things exist and you don't know what they can bring into your life, what you can do with them, how you can achieve greatness with these things, then you must have been living under a cave. Because times have changed. This is now the new normal. We are now at the level of creating the superhuman, the humans who will be hands-on with all these programs. I mean, the interesting thing with it is channels like, or programs or platforms like Facebook, every 2 seconds it changes. And then you have the capability to create your website where you now put your stuff for people to buy as well. So there's so much choices. All you have to do is go online, we're talking about Google and the rest of them, and find the things that connect with you. What connects with you? For example, Africa connects with me. And that's why you see me, I deliberately come here dressed in my African fashion when I come to chat with you. It doesn't mean I don't have other clothes to wear. I just make a habit of it. Because for me, I'm attracting people who are thinking like me. There's something they call a community. I'm creating my community. And I don't know if you've heard about this law of attraction thing. Whatever you put out, you attract. So when I dress like this and I come on my platforms, people who are connecting with me are used to this. Or people who find this interesting. And so the same thing for you. Whatever you find interesting and you throw out, you're actually saying to people, this is what makes me happy. This is what makes me who I am. If you're into this, come to me because we can connect. Do you see how this works? And so whatever you are thinking about, there is nothing out there that technology has not taken care of. So now it's up to you. I mean, now they have what they call apps as well. Apps, all these things are apps. You can download them onto your phone and you can interact with all of them. So if God were to come down here now, I've asked earlier, and ask me, do you still have a reason to be here? I'll say to him, I have so many reasons to be here. So many reasons. I want to create a massive company across the world. I am working on it. I want to create healthy lifestyles. I want to understand what creates healthy lifestyles. I want to help people create wealth. Hence, I'm chatting with you here. I want to understand what creates a happy lifestyle. Because yes, we've had reasons not to be happy. But how do we find reasons to be happy? I want to share my experiences with people. I want to travel the world. People who know me know I enjoy traveling. And I'll travel to as many places that I can think of. But of course, we're looking at a massive world. There's so many places I still haven't been to. I want to go there. I want to see what makes one country different from the other. And then I want to take my experiences, back home to my country, Nigeria, and see if I can share my experiences with my people. Because what hurts me is the fact that I travel the world and I see what's happening in different parts of the world, and I go back home and I see that my people haven't seen these things. And then it hurts me. Because I wish they could also see what I'm seeing and understand how the world operates. And you know what they say about, the more you travel, the more educated you are, the more informed you are. When they're saying education doesn't necessarily mean you go and read a book and then you go and cram it and you say, oh yeah, I can pass exams. No. We're talking about the exposure to the world. We're talking about understanding other people's cultures. Like I've been to China several times now. I know how the Chinese people think. I read books about them and then I've been with them. So I can connect to them when I see them. And the same thing with other countries. So if you don't have that experience, when you meet people like, when you hear about multicultural societies, and some countries are struggling to deal with that. America, for instance. Yes, you hear them talk about the black, the white, and the racism that goes on. Because these people haven't embraced, they haven't taken on the fact that we cannot all be one. In the sense of, you have your culture, I have my culture, I have my way I was brought up, I have the things I know, and let's bring them all together and create a bigger whole. No, some countries struggle with that. And what do you think is responsible for that? Lack of exposure. So the more traveled you are, the more informed you are. So these are some of the dreams I have. These are some of the wishes I am working on. And for me, knowing all of this keeps me awake. With all these things at the back of my mind, and all I have to do is go and research it. Only recently, I'll tell you a story. Only recently, I was looking at skincare. And then I'm thinking, oh yeah, I like to work on my skin to make it clearer. I want to remove, dark spots that are all over my place. My little daughter struggles with that as well. And all of this comes from what they call hyperpigmentation and exposure to the sun, which sun damage causes, blotches and dark patches. And so recently I got to know about some people who are using, scrubs to scrub their skin, to remove the dead skin and allowing newer skin to show up and renew your skin. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is really true. And so this happened to me 2 days ago, and I've been online researching. And you will be shocked the amount of information on this one topic I'm just talking about. So doesn't this give you a glimpse of what we're talking about? So, because when you hear people talk about weight loss, and then most of us are struggling to lose weight, but you go online, say you go on YouTube, and you see the amount of people who have come willingly to share their exercise routines with you. And all you have to do is participate. Wake up and do the same thing and actively shake your body and see what happens. I've been doing that since this lockdown, and I realized when you exercise, it's not necessarily to lose weight. It's for the blood in your body to flow easily and allow your body to be active again, to send messages to your brain so you can think clearer thoughts. But you see, when we don't do that, what do you think happens? We start feeling more and more low, and then we start feeling depressed. So this is just to give you a glimpse of what's out there on these devices. Whatever you look for right now, it's there. So do we have any excuse why we should feel dejected, why we should feel sad, why we should feel unhappy, why we should feel negative, why we should find every reason to blame everybody around us why things are not working for us? We don't have any excuse for that anymore. So that's the big message here today. Just to remind you that whatever it is, you can find the answers to it. And when you find the answers, you can also share it with other people. So let all of us find a good reason to be alive. That's the topic. Let's find a good reason to be alive. So I'm hoping that what I've shared with you today will help you think differently. I'm hoping that the messages I'm sharing are making sense and is contributing to helping you create a better life. So I'm going to leave it here today, and I'm going to say thank you so much for your patience in hearing me talk about these things. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But before we go, follow me on all the other channels. Give us a thumbs up if we're making sense. And please remember to subscribe to be part of what we're doing, so whenever we come up with a video, you'll be the first to know. I mean, they have that notification bell as well where you click it, and whenever anything happens, it pops up on your screen. These same devices we're talking about. You know, and then be part of what's going on. Let's form a momentum of progress, of growth, of going forward, of having an amazing life. That's my dream for all of us. So by the time it's time to say, okay, now I've done my bit tonight, now time to go, we're not going to go feeling sad and tired and angry. We're going to go happy because we've done a great job here. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and God bless you always.